I had a horrible dream that felt incredibly vivid and real. I shared it with my family multiple times over the years. It was during a summer heat wave when I was alone at home one hot day. Exhausted from the heat and lacking air conditioning, I decided to take a nap since there wasn't much else to do. I lay down on my bed and quickly fell asleep. Abruptly, I heard the doorbell ring. Feeling reluctant, I got up and answered the door. To my surprise, it was my older sister, but she wasn't alone. She stood on the porch, arm in arm with a man, and on his other side was a girl I didn't recognize. While I thought the girl might be one of her sorority sisters, I wasn't entirely sure. Strangely, they all had blank expressions on their faces. The girl had wavy brown hair that fell just past her shoulders, brown eyes, a medium build, and stood about 5 feet 7 inches tall. She was dressed in a plain shirt and jeans. The man was around 5 feet 10 inches with a large belly, black eyes, slicked back short black hair, and a unique facial hair arrangement, a hairline that formed a point in the middle and a black mustache that extended into a Fu Manchu goatee. He wore a black, heavy wool-like suit. Although I was genuinely glad to see them, their odd behavior put me on edge. I invited them inside, and they entered while maintaining their linked-arm stance. Without saying a word, they stared straight ahead, seemingly entranced. While I attempted to make sense of their strange demeanor, I noticed something unsettling. I offered to help the man remove his jacket, given how hot it was. The moment my hand touched his arm, I was jolted by a sharp electric shock. Pain and terror surged through me, and I instinctively pulled back. In that instant, I knew he was the devil, and the two beside him were his minions, here to harm me. A chilling thought echoed in my mind: they're going to get me. For the first time, the man locked eyes with me, and his pupils turned a fiery red. I was paralyzed by fear, as if my feet were glued to the floor. My heart raced, and the sound of its rapid beats filled my ears. I was unable to break his gaze, my eyes aching and chest in pain. I screamed internally, "Run!" Summoning all my willpower, I managed to break free from his magnetic hold, stumbling a few steps backwards. They began to approach me, their movements strangely slow, as if gliding. The sight of their motionless advance was even more terrifying. His eyes remained fixed on mine as they drew nearer. Panicking, I turned and sprinted down the hallway to my room, though I knew there was nowhere to hide. I reached my bedroom doorway, grabbing onto the frame and swinging myself inside. But my heart sank as I came face to face with an unimaginable horror. My lifeless body lay motionless on the bed, as if I'd never left it. I stood frozen, staring at my own corpse. The realization hit me: I was a spirit detached from my body. Satan, accompanied by my sister and her friend, continued their eerie glide towards me. Their confidence and lack of expression belied their malicious intent to drag me to hell, subjecting me to unspeakable torture. Desperation surged through me. I raced to my inanimate body, grabbing its collar and lifting it slightly, then forcefully flinging myself back into it. But I felt nothing as my spirit passed through my physical form. I screamed, "Wake up! Wake up!" Movement caught my eye. Holding my lifeless body, they rounded the corner and entered my room. Their expressions remained vacant, their movements unnatural, but their malevolence palpable. Their hatred radiated, and I trembled in fear and panic. Then, the phone rang. I jolted awake, back in my own body on the bed. Relief washed over me as I sat up, reassured that it was just a dream. I raced to answer the phone. It was a friend checking in on me. I was grateful to be grounded in reality. Fast forward 24 years, and my relationship with my sister has deteriorated for various reasons. One of those reasons is her attempt to manipulate my mom's estate and her betrayal during my divorce. She resorted to lies and manipulation, driven by greed and vengeance. My niece, acting as her pawn, aided in her malicious plans. They embody the traits of malignant narcissism, devoid of conscience. Recently, I discovered my sister's new partner, an attorney, on my husband's Facebook. As I saw his picture, a chilling realization struck me. He was the man from my dream, Satan himself. It felt more like a premonition than a dream, especially considering my strained relationship with my sister and the manipulative dynamics that define it. A later incident on Facebook only solidified my belief. Seeing my sister, her boyfriend, and my niece together in a picture, I felt a surge of nausea. Without a doubt, my niece was the girl from the dream, confirming my conviction that the dream was indeed a warning.